Contact 7 investigates dozens of dead animal carcasses just dumped. And this is creating health concerns and questions about who's dumping them and why.
And Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski breaking this story tonight. Your questions have now sparked a statewide review.
Well, in fact, Ann and Shannon, 3 state agencies are now investigating. You should know this is a story told by pictures that at times are hard to look at. A story brought to us by a concerned Colorado resident wanting Contact 7 to investigate and stop what we found.
And this is the gruesome sight of just the elk head.
It's something you don't expect to find.
Honestly, when you get to the location,
on a hike,
couldn't tell you what kind of animal that one is.
In the middle of the Rocky Mountains.
Everything you're walking on is bones and fragments and different carcasses.
Like many of us, Sean Jones and his girlfriend drove into the mountains for an adventure and for the beauty.
It was really difficult because we were, exploring by the river, and then we stumbled across this.
This is out in the open.
Yep, it was absolutely out in the open.
Those pictures were taken at a location about 30 minutes northwest of Winter Park, just off State Highway 40, down a dirt road, and on the other side of these bushes. So there's a concern about the number of dead animals out here. By our count, clearly more than several dozen. There's also a concern about this location. Here's how it looks from up above. Take a look. Many of the carcasses are in this ravine, a water drainage area that feeds the Colorado River. Can you help us understand why the Division of Wildlife would put these in a ravine where water runs through regularly?
I couldn't tell you. That was my main concern. I mean, it seems that it's potentially roadkill locally, and it's just honestly negligence and just laziness.
There are also significant concerns about how close the decaying carcasses are to this campsite. According to Google Maps, the distance is about 1,000 feet.
It's legitimate campground, so a kid potentially wandering up there and seeing this and kind of coming up, there's definitely some health risk with that too.
So how much risk? Well, we hid this motion-activated trail camera in these bushes next to the decaying animals. In just 3 days, take a look at what we found. That's 2 people in that ATV stopping and wanting a closer look, and then taking pictures. And look what the trail camera captured on 2 different nights. Those are coyotes drawn to the ravine, drawn to the dead animals. Is this a moment where accountability is due?
Absolutely. I think accountability is due on a number of fronts.
What do these pictures say to you? He's the guy in charge.
This is not something that we want people to see.
J.T. Romatsky serves as the Northwest Regional Manager for Colorado Parks and Wildlife.
To me, those pictures represent something that doesn't really look like the image that I expect of our agency. I've been with this agency for nearly 20 years, and I've not seen something that is like this.
Responding to those pictures and our questions, investigations are now underway by the State Division of Parks and Wildlife, the State Department of Public Health, and the Colorado Attorney General. There's a chance your agency broke the law by dumping animals like that.
Potentially, yes.
Fair to say this is a mistake?
Yeah, I think absolutely fair to say it's a mistake or potentially an oversight. And whether it's an oversight or not, there's no excuse there. We need to be held to that standard of what the public expects of us.
A standard his team failed to meet when a lifelong Colorado resident drove off a road, went on a hike, and discovered the unacceptable. What do you hope our questions, our investigation brings?
I hope that it brings light to obviously the situation, and it's corrected.
Ultimately, is your message today you're going to correct this problem?
Ultimately, my message is to say thanks for bringing this to our attentions. Ultimately, yeah, I want to take ownership of this, and I'm going to make it right.
So here's the fallout. Romanski said Colorado Parks and Wildlife will now conduct a statewide review of how and where it disposes of roadkill and other dead wildlife. And take a look at this. Shortly after that interview, this sign went up stopping all dumping of dead animals at that location. Discussions at high levels now underway about water and ground testing near this area. And they are also now trying to figure out how to properly remove the carcasses and clean up that area we just showed you.
Yeah, so disturbing to see that.
Good
More
results.
to come.
All right. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
And we first learned about the story, as you saw there, from a viewer who reached out to Tony. So if you ever come across something, it just doesn't seem right, or you'd like our investigative team to take a look into it, please text or call our tip line. The number's there on your screen, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter.